if you're an expert and you're having trouble selling your stuff, stay tuned because I'm going to break it down. What is going wrong in your process? What's going wrong with your content? What's going wrong with your selling? What's probably going wrong with your marketing as well? And we could sum this up as basically what's going wrong with your messaging. All right. And so the reason why experts are usually bad at selling, and I found this with myself as well. Yes, as someone with a lot of experience doing something, you're going to become really bad at selling. And the reason is not because we think we're better than other people or we think we're smarter than other people. It really comes down to this saying in social work and therapy. And my wife, she's a social worker and therapist, and she has this really great saying, and it's meet people where they're at. Okay? Meet people where they're at. And so the reason why experts are bad at selling is simply because they're not doing this, right? All of their marketing and selling and their content is geared to attract other experts, right? It's not geared to attract prospects, right? And so the reason for this is because experts are so good at what they do because they can diagnose a person's problems very quickly, right? You tell them you're going through this thing and they'll say, this is the problem, here's the solution, you're on your way. And for that person, right, we have to go into the mind of that person who just been told what they've been doing wrong their whole life, and they didn't get an epiphany because it was told to them, right? We only get epiphanies when it comes from inside, and it's an insight that we get, right? You cannot be told epiphanies, right? And so to that person, they just won't believe it. They will not accept that advice, right? And so what happens is they struggle. They're not going to buy whatever that person's selling. And it's because their ego will literally prevent them from accepting that solution because it goes against all these other supplemental beliefs this person has, right? And so, for example, if you're a fitness coach, right? I love using fitness as an example. If you're a fitness coach and you have a six-pack, you're in great shape, and you're just telling people, hey, get in great shape, just work out, it's so easy, like just eat this amount of protein, just do these exercises, it's so easy. Like, what are you doing? You're just sitting on the couch, you're overweight, right? That's kind of the energy that a lot of fitness coaches give off, right? Just put in the reps, man. It's all inputs, right? To the person who's morbidly obese, that language is so off-putting to them, right? And some of them hear that language and eventually it clicks when they're told, like, dude, you have like 2 days to live, right? Then they have the epiphany, oh yeah, you know what, maybe I should eat healthy and work out, right? But for the majority of people, right, the majority of people are overweight. So when you tell them, when you speak down to them, right, their ears immediately turn off, because if they don't have the foods they enjoy, then their life just gets even worse, because they may not even like their job, right? They may not like their spouse. They may not like their friends. And now you're telling them they can't have the foods that they want to eat, right? And you're talking down to them, right? It's very, very difficult for them and for all of us to hear the truth, right? That's why we hate YouTube comments or YouTube trolls or Twitter trolls or just trolls in general on the internet, right? Because usually they're saying a little sliver of truth, even though it's a little bit of a deranged truth in most cases, right? And so what we all need to actually do, and the solution is pretty simple, but it's very difficult to do, because for a lot of experts, they're so far removed from when they learned all that they knew, right? And so if you're an expert at something, you really have to go back to who you were before you were transformed by the experiences that you had, by the education that you had, right? And go back to that person. And how would you want to be told the truth?